Have you ever noticed how the biggest transformations rarely begin with big, dramatic moves? They begin quietly, almost invisibly. A single decision to wake up 15 minutes earlier. One extra page read before bed. Choosing water over soda. Writing one paragraph instead of postponing the entire chapter. Small habits feel insignificant while you're doing them. They don't make headlines in your life. They don't deliver instant applause. Yet, given enough time, they shape destiny, rewrite identities, and produce results so massive that people often call them overnight success. The truth is, there is nothing overnight about meaningful change. What looks like a sudden breakthrough is almost always the visible tip of an invisible mountain built through repetition. Small habits operate beneath the surface, compounding quietly, much like interest in a bank account. You don't feel their impact daily, but one day you look back and realize you are no longer the same person who began. Human psychology is wired in a fascinating way. We overestimate what we can do in a week and underestimate what we can do in a year. Because we crave immediate gratification, we chase big, exciting actions. We set massive goals, design intense routines, and attempt complete life overhauls. But intensity without sustainability collapses quickly. The body resists it. The mind rebels against it. And when we fail to maintain these grand plans, we mistakenly assume we lack discipline, when in reality, we lacked strategy. Small habits succeed because they bypass resistance. They are too small to intimidate the mind, too easy to postpone failure. When you commit to doing just 5 push-ups, your brain doesn't protest. When you decide to read 2 pages, it doesn't negotiate. The barrier to entry is so low that action becomes effortless. And action, repeated daily, becomes identity. Identity is where small habits perform their most powerful work. Every habit you practice is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you write daily, you are not just producing words, you are becoming a writer. When you exercise regularly, you are not just burning calories. You are becoming someone who values health. These identity shifts are subtle but profound. They reshape how you see yourself, and once self-image changes, behavior follows naturally. Consistency beats intensity because consistency compounds. Imagine improving any skill by just 1% every day. The daily improvement feels trivial, almost laughable, but mathematically, tiny improvements stack exponentially. Over months and years, they create performance gaps so large that they separate amateurs from masters. This is why small habits create big results. They harness the power of compounding, the same force that builds fortunes in finance and mastery in life. There is also a neurological dimension to this process. Repetition strengthens neural pathways. Each time you perform a habit, you reinforce the circuitry associated with it. Over time, actions that once required effort become automatic. This is why the beginning always feels hardest. You are building new wiring in the brain, but once established, habits run with minimal conscious energy, freeing mental bandwidth for growth in other areas. Small habits also remove the fear of failure. When goals are massive, failure feels catastrophic. Missing a 2-hour workout demotivates you. Skipping a 20-minute reading session feels discouraging. But missing a 5-minute habit feels recoverable. This psychological safety keeps you in the game longer, and longevity is the ultimate advantage in any pursuit. Another overlooked power of small habits is momentum. Action creates energy, not the other way around. Waiting to feel motivated is one of the most common traps. Small habits flip this equation. When you start small, you build motion. Motion builds clarity. Clarity builds confidence. And confidence fuels bigger action. What began as a 2-minute task often expands naturally into deeper engagement. Consider health transformations. Rarely do they begin with extreme diets or punishing workouts that last. Sustainable change begins with small nutritional swaps, short walks, consistent sleep schedules. These micro-adjustments recalibrate the body gradually. Over time, metabolism improves, stamina increases, and self-discipline strengthens. The visible transformation appears dramatic, but its roots are microscopic. The same principle applies to financial growth. Saving a small percentage of income feels inconsequential in the moment. But automated, consistent saving accumulates. Investments grow. Interest compounds. Financial security emerges not from sudden windfalls, but from disciplined, repeated micro-decisions. Relationships, too, are shaped by small habits. A daily check-in message, listening without interruption, expressing appreciation regularly. These gestures seem minor, yet they build emotional equity. Over time, they create trust, intimacy, and resilience strong enough to withstand conflict. Conversely, neglect in small moments erodes bonds, proving that small habits work both ways. They can build or break. Environment design plays a crucial role in sustaining these habits. When habits are small, they are easier to embed into daily routines. Placing a book beside your bed increases reading frequency. Keeping fruit visible encourages healthier eating. Laying out workout clothes reduces friction. Small habits thrive when the environment supports them, turning discipline into default behavior. One of the most empowering aspects of small habits is accessibility. You don't need wealth, talent, or perfect timing to begin. You only need willingness. Anyone can start small. Anyone can repeat daily. This democratizes success. It shifts achievement from being talent-dependent to behavior-dependent. There is also a patience lesson embedded in this philosophy. Small habits teach delayed gratification. They train you to value process over immediate reward. This mindset is critical because meaningful success in any domain, business, fitness, creativity, relationships, operates on delayed returns. The ability to persist without visible progress separates those who finish from those who quit. Interestingly, small habits reshape emotional resilience as well. Daily wins, no matter how small, build self-trust. You begin to believe in your own consistency. This internal credibility becomes psychological armor during difficult phases. When challenges arise, you rely on proven discipline rather than fragile motivation. Another dimension worth recognizing is habit stacking. Small habits integrate seamlessly into existing routines. You attach a new action to an established one. Stretching after brushing teeth, journaling after morning tea, reviewing goals before sleep. This piggybacking effect accelerates habit adoption because it leverages existing neural patterns instead of creating entirely new ones. Over time, small habits trigger lifestyle cascades. One positive change inspires another. Regular exercise encourages better nutrition. Better nutrition improves sleep. Improved sleep enhances focus. Focus boosts productivity. Productivity increases confidence. What began as one small habit evolves into a holistic life upgrade. It is important, however, to acknowledge the invisible phase. This is the period where effort shows no visible reward. Many people quit here because results lag behind action. But this phase is where the foundation is laid. Just as seeds grow roots before sprouting above ground, habits strengthen internally before manifesting externally. Patience during this stage is non-negotiable. Small habits also reduce overwhelm. The big goals often paralyze action because they appear too distant. But when broken into tiny, repeatable steps, the journey becomes psychologically manageable. You stop focusing on the mountain and start focusing on the next step. Progress becomes measurable, motivating continued effort. From a leadership and organizational perspective, small habits shape culture. Daily communication norms, punctuality, documentation discipline, feedback loops, these micro-behaviors determine macro performance. Institutions don't collapse overnight. They erode through neglected small habits. Likewise, great organizations rise on consistent operational disciplines. The beauty of small habits lies in their invisibility. They don't demand recognition. They don't rely on external validation. They operate quietly, steadily, faithfully. And because they are sustainable, they outlast bursts of enthusiasm. This longevity is what transforms them into engines of extraordinary outcomes. As you reflect on your own life, you may realize that the areas where you see success are supported by unnoticed small habits, and the areas where you feel stuck often lack consistent micro-actions. This realization is powerful because it returns control to you. You don't need radical change. You need repeatable change. That is the paradox of small habits. They feel insignificant while you practice them, but monumental when you experience their results. So begin today, not with intensity, but with intention. Choose one small habit aligned with the person you want to become. Commit to it daily. Let time amplify it. Let consistency compound it. And let patience protect it. Because big results are never born from big intentions alone. They are built on the quiet power of small habits repeated long enough to change who you are. And if this message resonated with you, don't let it remain inspiration. Turn it into implementation. Start your smallest habit today. Track it, protect it, grow it, and watch as how the smallest daily action reshape the biggest dimensions of your life.